Len Fridman. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Wellness Living. Welcome to another edition of the CEO Tour. Today, we're actually in Brampton, Ontario, Canada, and we're visiting with Lisa, the Aurora House. Lisa's a Stand with Studio Grant winner. I'm going to be taking a class here. We're going to be learning all about Lisa's story. This is going to be a really, really special one. I went up the stairs here. This place is absolutely phenomenal. Let's go inside. Let's check it out. Lisa, wow, this place is absolutely incredible. As soon as I walked in here, I felt like this used to be an old shoe factory, right? And you've built this amazing business, the Aurora House. You've been here for how long now?
3 years.
Wow, wow. So talk us about the space, because it's really incredible. This is like I guess this is like a Brampton landmark, right?
It's a landmark, but it's also a bit of a hidden gem, because so many of the people that come through our doors will say things like, I had no idea this was here. So we're kind of like Brampton's best kept secret that we would love more people to know about.
Well, that's part of why we're doing this, right? To
absolutely.
get the name out there.
Yeah.
So talk us through sort of like your journey with yoga, or with this place in particular.
Yeah.
Like, what got you into this whole industry? How did you decide, hey, this is what I'm going to do with my path?
So to give just like a little bit of context, I went to school for business and I thought I was going to be an accountant.
Okay.
So that was where the path started. And as I was going through my schooling and a lot of life was happening, my mental health became at the forefront of my priorities. I have a history of depression and anxiety, and after my undergrad, I suffered quite greatly from those illnesses. Yoga was something that really helped me not combat or battle, but move through what I was experiencing. And so it wasn't very long after I started practicing yoga that I knew I wanted to teach yoga. I did my first 200-hour training back in 2014. I said I would never have a physical space. Those words left my mouth. But then around 2019, I started feeling like I wanted to have a home base, somewhere that I could establish roots instead of going out and about to practice. And I kid you not, February, I told my friends and family that if this space ever became available, it would be the perfect space to establish those roots. 2 months later, it became available.
Wow.
Now, that is also, the side note there is that the pandemic had just started.
Okay.
And we thought it would be over by the time I took over in July of 2020. Little did we know that it was just the beginning. But the original vision of having a space that people could come retreat to in their own backyard, that was really accessible, that was welcoming, that carried and offered all of the like weird things that I'm into. I just want a bunch of friends to do weird things like yoga and talk about crystals and practice energy healing. With that original vision, must have been strong enough for us to make it through everything that we did through the pandemic. So we're still here, and I credit a lot of the philosophy of yoga, the ethics of yoga, and the lifestyle of yoga to being able to make it through all the hardship from life, and then also what we all collectively just went through.
Yeah, and I know like mental health and it's kind of exacerbated the problem that COVID did with the closures and the isolation and everything, and this is like a very, very important outlet to get people together.
Community is huge.
Yeah.
And it's something that even if you come to a space like ours for yoga, what you're leaving with or what you're getting is community. So community is what got us through. Community is what helps people get through any challenges, physically, mentally, emotionally. And we really love being that space for people.
Yeah, it's really amazing. And I know in Canada especially got hit especially hard with the
Lockdowns.
The lockdowns were really stringent and they were extended.
Yeah.
So the fact that you're able to survive and overcome and thrive and persist beyond that whole crisis that took place is really amazing.
Thanks.
Yeah, and I know you're actually a Stand With Studio grant winner,
I
right?
am, yes.
That's super exciting. So tell us what that meant to you. And
I will always remember the phone call when I received the grant. It felt like the break that I might start crying. I'm kind of an emotional person. Forgive me.
I am too. So it's okay.
It was the break that I needed, the sign that I really needed at that time to be like, you're going to get through this. You're going to push through. The timing of the grant was like impeccable based on where we were at. As a business, where I was at as a business owner. It got me through the rest of 2022. It was like that little spark that got me through that the rest of 2022 so that I could hit the ground running in 2023. And I mean, it wasn't just a financial grant. There was so much more that came with the Stand With Studios opportunity. And so it was the boost of confidence I needed. It was that like, people have your back. People who don't know you have your back.
Yeah.
And, if you go for it, like just go for it, it will come to you.
Yeah.
That's what the Stand With Studios grant really did for me.
That's amazing, because I know just having that belief that someone else believes in you and that, hey, you can succeed, like give it your all, like you have someone that has your back, because we received grant money from the Canadian government.
Right.
We had IRAP grant, a number of grants that, the government has really been really important in our growth. And also just the fact that, again, just what you were saying, that someone believes in you, they trust that, hey, you're going to take this money and you're going to do something great with it. Yeah. You're going to run with it and you're going to grow your business. You're going to hire more people. You're going to do something positive for the community. Yeah. So that's really what this is all about. And we kind of wanted to extend that to our customers, because, we benefited and we want you guys to benefit as well. So it was really, really important, and there's gonna be another opportunity to get that grant. We're gonna be opening up real soon, so make sure that you
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, go for it.
Do it.
That's so awesome. So the studio space is like really, really special. Like as soon as I walked in the door, I noticed the floors. Like the floors are like how this is.
Yeah, so you mentioned earlier that we used to be an old shoe factory.
Yeah.
And so when you walk in to the building itself, it's like a museum of shoe history in Brampton. And all of the floors in the units are original. 1913. So as you walk through, you see like the splatters of dye and shoe leather, the ink for the shoe leather. You can see where the physical machines were because the color of the floor is a little bit degraded in those spaces. So there's so much rich history just within the floors, not to mention the walls, everything.
And you've done such an amazing job just creating that atmosphere. I love the branding everywhere. It's really special. Yeah. Really, really cool.
Thank you.
What else? Okay, talk about some of the, like I'm going to be taking a class later on. So talk us through that. And I picked a restorative class, right? Because I need some restoration. Like I am. So talk us through that.
Yeah, so the class that you will be experiencing is called Rest and Restore. And we have an incredible team of teachers here. And I'm biased because they're mine, like they're my Aura House family. But I really believe it when I say that they're incredible. Rebecca will be your instructor, and she incorporates restorative yoga, sound healing, meditation, and breath work, all within that 1 hour experience. On our schedule, the rest and restore is like on one side of the spectrum, the more restful, restorative side, it is what it's called. And then we have a broad spectrum of other classes on the schedule, from meditation, Ashtanga inspired flow. Ashtanga is a lineage, another lineage of yoga. We've got flow classes, hatha based classes, Pilates on the mat and the reformer. I teach aura dance. So there's something for everybody here.
That's so awesome.
Yeah, lots to explore.
I love that variety, and I think it's super important because you don't want to just isolate yourself to one sort of clientele. You want to kind of expand and get the whole community involved, get them all together.
Yeah.
So it's super, super important. So what would be the most popular class? Like, what's the class that's really
other than the one that you're going to? So in the yoga, like in our yoga world, rest and restore, very popular.
Okay.
Like the Pilates side of things, Pilates is always sold out with wait lists, always. But that being said, because of that, we added more classes to the schedule. We hired another Pilates instructor. Like, we really are big on meeting community.
Whatever they want,
exactly.
That's what you're going to serve.
What do you want? What are you needing? We changed the schedule based on that too, so everything is really responsive. But like I said, the one you're taking is, you picked well.
Okay, awesome. And I know that you guys recently went through a whole renovation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a big step, right?
Oh.
And so talk us through that.
So with the inclusion of Reformer Pilates, because that's also a new offering within our space, we really needed to reimagine the use of the unit, the use of what we were doing here. And so we decided to build an office. That way we could really focus on the business side of things, because as much as this is a spiritual community, we're a business. So we needed an office in order to do that work that is required. We have our reformer space, and then as a result of the renovations, we also now have a treatment room too. So a dedicated room for energy healing, things like Thai yoga massage, and any energy-based practitioners to come and share their services one-on-one. That renovation took us from having like 1.5 revenue generating rooms to 3 revenue generating rooms. Yeah.
That's so great.
I know. Stay tuned for what happens.
Yeah. No, it's amazing. And I when you talk to a business owner who's like really passionate about their business, you feel that. I 100% feel that from you. Yeah, it's really amazing. I just love the energy, and I love what you're doing here. So I'm like so excited to try out the class.
Yeah.
Because truthfully, I've been suffering with this golfer's elbow, and I don't play golf, but You have it anyway. I have it. Yeah. I have it, and it's on both elbows. This one on my dominant hand, it's quite worse. Yeah, it's quite. So I've been doing some physio once a week, but then I find I'm feeling a little better, and then you go back. You go for it. Yeah. You go, and then you're like, it's back, and it's
a practice.
It's kind of like
Yeah. You got to listen to your body, honor your body. That's what we teach here.
Yeah, awesome. So we're gonna do you're gonna tour us around. Yeah,
would love to.
Yeah, let's go for a tour.
Amazing. So as soon as you walk into the space, you felt it.
Yeah.
You felt something, and that feeling is like the first experience that we hope everybody has. And then as you walk through, there's lots of different places to interact and different layers of self-awareness and self-discovery that you can play with. So we have a lending library. Works just like a library, so our members can take out books and bring them back. On a range of self-help topics.
I love the messaging.
Thank you.
Inhale, exhale, really simple, be amazing, dream big. That, these sorts of things resonate with people. And I think as soon as you walk in and you see that message, you have this, tell us where that inspiration came from.
I'm just a cheesy person in general. I've always loved like quotes and, like bumper sticker type of, since I was little. That's how my brain works, and that's how I stay motivated and energized. And so having all of these little reminders wherever you look, like welcome is over there, inhale, exhale is over here. They're just these cues, like these reminders to take a breath, You're welcome here. Breathe. Be. And, this kind of leads me to our pillars here. Like, this was something really important to us to have out on display. Before the Aura House was the Aura House, when I first had the idea for a space like this, I was, in a coffee shop reading. I had a cue card as a bookmark. And as I was reading the words unfold, untold, unwind, unassuming, unashamed, untethered, and unbound, they just, I needed to write them down. So I wrote them down on the cue card. And little did I know that those words would end up being the pillars of the Aura House. So everything that we do within our space comes from the foundation of these pillars. So it's, once again, we make it right out in the open for everybody to see, so that, if you're coming here, this is what you get.
Awesome.
This is what you can experience. So beyond the lending library and our pillars, we have other metaphysical elements to explore in our crystal store. That's more of a passion project for me. I was that kid who, I played with rocks. I loved rocks, and it didn't stop. Now I know more about them and their energetic properties. And so if you have a curiosity or just a childlike wonder that you want to reignite, you can do that through books, through crystals, through the things that we have here.
Cool.
Yeah, so that's our community space. And then through here we have our reformer room. So this is our brand new room that happened as a result of the renovation. We have these reformer Pilates machines, and I'll be honest, I don't know how to use them. This is all my partner, Diana. So Diana is our Pilates person. We have had such a great response on these reformers so far. And the thing that I love about them the most, and why I'm most excited to try them, the reason I haven't, they've only been here a week. So they're fresh. But the layer of accessibility that they provide for those who maybe have a harder time getting up and down off the floor for mat Pilates, or if using body weight for whatever reason, they have an injury or something that they're rehabilitating, the reformer machines can help make the practice more accessible. So that's I'm really excited that these are here. And then we have more little love notes and nods to who we are, with divine written on the wall over here, and then aura on our other wall there.
Awesome. I love it. Yeah, Pilates is really amazing because the history of Pilates is really interesting too.
It is.
Right? So it's all about dancers who are...
Pilates as a modality is really great, especially in the evolution of Pilates, what it could be, what it is here in our space. It's a deep core activation. I don't even want to say workout, because it is on the surface a workout, but what it does is it really helps to align the spine and create that strength from within in order to carry yourself with better posture. The better your posture is, the more healthy you are. It's just a chain reaction that you get out of a practice.
All right, awesome. And I see you're a big staff app. The Elevate staff app has been a real turning point for you guys. Talk us through some of the features that you really love.
Yeah, so at the front desk, we use the staff app to sign people in for classes. That's the bread and butter of our use of the staff app. But what's really great is if we go into a class, and then, as mentioned before, really big on community. So if somebody doesn't come to class, we want to make sure that they're okay. So once class has started, if there's anybody who hasn't come in, I love being able to go into the client profile, quickly grab their phone number, and then be able to give them a call or send them a message through Wellness Living just to check in to see if they're all right. It's more than just a check-in tool. It's an opportunity for us to connect with our members. What's also really kind of fun and nice is that if our members have a little picture for their profile, and whoever's working front desk might be new, they can put a name to the face really easily because they're right there. Just another nice little touch point, being able to address somebody by name. The app can help with that.
Awesome. I love that. Yeah, I know we put a lot of effort in the staff app because we know you guys don't want to be just tied to like a computer, right? You want to be able to maneuver around with either an iPad or your phone and check in. So it's really been a game changer for many businesses.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. The other thing is you're an accountant by your previous life.
My other life.
So numbers are a big important piece. Talk us through some of the reporting that really that you love.
Yeah, so the report that I use most often that is incredibly helpful is the sales report by revenue stream, because we're a business that has so many different revenue streams. So we've got our class passes and memberships, we have our small group classes, we have one-on-one sessions, the crystal store. Being able to see where that revenue is coming from, for obvious reasons, is really important. So that breakdown allows me to plan and budget. I also love that you can change the date parameters too for all of those reports. So if I need to pull like 1 month at a time or a specific day, like it goes down to the nitty-gritty details if and when I want them.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. And I know, were you coming from a previous software provider? And I know a lot of businesses out there, that's like one of they're really afraid of that transition, right? Of taking all the data over. It could be years of, visit history and all of that. How did that transition go for you?
It was easy. Like in one sentence, it was actually really easy. It was scary, but the person who was onboarding me ensured me that like all would be well and they would handle everything. One of my biggest grievances was like how messy the data could be when it transferred over, and it wasn't a mess. Like it transferred over, we started fresh. It really felt like a rebirth when we were able to transition through the platform. It was like night and day. And when you asked that question, part of me is like, I don't even really remember the transition, which means that it was good. Like there was no trauma associated with having to transition our software. So I think that speaks volumes too.
That's awesome. Yeah, I know we've spent a lot of time just perfecting that process, and it's really about people, right? Having that person that give you that white glove onboarding treatment, that dedicated person to kind of guide you through that transition, moving your data over, and then providing the training after the fact. Super important.
Yeah, absolutely. I felt very supported in the process. I wasn't left in the dark. I wasn't, as somebody who isn't necessarily tech savvy, those types of processes can be really daunting and can make you feel small and like you don't know much. That wasn't the case with this onboarding.
That's great. I want to thank you so much. This has been an awesome, absolutely incredible experience.
Thank you.
I love the class. I absolutely love your studio.
Thank you.
And this is just a token of our appreciation for taking part in the CEO tour.
Yes.
And the Stand With Studio grant winner.
Thank you so much. This is incredible. I appreciate you, Wellness Living, and everything that you do for us.
Thank you. Wow, we completed another CEO tour. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I certainly enjoyed it. This class was absolutely incredible. Lisa, the Aura House, incredible, incredible place that it's really magical. Everything about it, you know, I'm just so excited. I feel so refreshed. If you guys are in Brampton, anywhere in the vicinity, you absolutely have to check out the Aura House. It's got Pilates, it's got yoga, it's got all different types of modalities here, and it's spectacular, and Lisa is just absolutely incredible. Guys, thank you again for checking out this video. Make sure that you like and subscribe to this video, and also make sure that you take part in the next Stand with Studios, because you could be a Stand with Studio grant winner as well. Make sure that you check us out. Till next time, everybody, thank you all for being part of the Wellness Living family.